Ah, fucked her again, bud. Hello everyone and welcome to Better on the Deck, where I play games old, new, and in between, then play them again on the Steam Deck to find out is it better on the deck, and also cover topics related to the Steam Deck and deck life. I just wanted to chime in again and thank you all for the support and feedback, so keep those likes, comments, subscribes coming. I'm also going to give a new video type a try, probably for the next one, to add a bit more variety to the content I have, so keep an eye out for that. Other than that, let's get on with it, shall we? Today we're going to look at American Truck Simulator on the Steam Deck. American Truck Simulator is the ultimate trucking experience on the go, and with the Steam Deck you can take the open road with you anywhere, even up in the sky. So let's release the air brake, shift into gear, and deliver this review, shall we? American Truck Simulator is developed and published by SCS Software and released to Steam on the 2nd of February 2016. SCS Software is also the developer and publisher of Euro Truck Simulator 2, which has been around since 2012. I'm a massive simulator game fan, and American Truck Simulator is another one of those games where I own most of the DLC for it. ATS was one of the first games I put on my deck when I got it. The idea of having this game on the go is very appealing, and it's one of those games that just lives on my deck. Always. With a lean game size of around 12 gigs, it has a pretty small footprint compared to the other games out there. I have put a lot of hours in the logbook on ATS, clocking in at over 500 hours of service. So to find out if ATS is better on the deck, I've logged about 30 behind the wheel, on the deck, docked with the Xbox One controller on a 55-inch Samsung TV, sat in the driver's lazy boy seat. That's me sat in the driver's lazy boy seat and not the TV. I've also spent a portion of that time in the sleeper on the deck in bed. Steam Deck compatibility is listed as playable, listing that some of the in-game text is small and may be difficult to read. In all the time I've played this on the deck, I personally haven't come across a situation where this was the case. If you have, leave a comment below and tell us about it. Otherwise, everything else about graphics, icons during gameplay, and controls all get the green check mark. Speaking of controls, SCS has done a bang-up job in that department, as they've made it possible to control this game with pretty much near anything and make it feel authentic. When my old racing wheel bit the dust, I needed my trucking fix. I didn't feel like playing with a controller or a keyboard, so I hooked up an old flight stick and played that way. It works surprisingly well. I feel with everything SCS has learned from the Euro Truck Sim, they've applied that knowledge well here. Controller support is easy to configure on the deck, which is good because for the fully engrossing experience, there are a lot, and I mean a lot of extra controls to map, if that's how you want to play, that is. Otherwise, the default controller mapping works just fine. The same can be said of the deck's controls. I've commented in other videos on how comfortable and well laid out the deck is, and how well it pairs with whichever game I'm talking about, and nothing is different here. I changed my backplate buttons for gear shifting. It's so satisfying and makes tricky shifts in the rain going uphill a breeze. Weather effects, night and day, other vehicles, the game looks pretty sharp and the deck does a fantastic job of staying true to that. Mind you, don't expect PC levels of sharpness, but still feels and looks a lot like ATS. The game does a great job graphically keeping your attention held, even on those late nights, alone on the highway with nothing but you, the road, and your thoughts on a moonlit stretch of highway in the middle of Nowheresville, USA, with the sound of a diesel engine to keep you company. Then you see a rest stop that doubles as a sightseeing area. You pull in, take in the beauty, and the deck doesn't skip a beat. It keeps you immersed visually and audibly. There's not much in the way of sound design in the game, but the truck sounds are faithfully and painstakingly recreated in absolute incredible detail. And as someone very familiar with these trucks, I appreciate that. And the Steam Deck speakers do a great job of making all that hard work shine through. As far as how the deck handles all this awesomeness at once, let's take a look at the frame rates I got while testing. On the low settings I got a fairly consistent 55 frames, but oh man, it looked like I was playing a full motion video from the early 90s. I mean, if you really needed to run at those settings just to play, I guess you make do as best you can.
I don't believe what I just saw.
I know, it looks like shit. On medium, things looked much better, still pretty bland but much sharper compared to low. Frames were around the 48-55 range and about 38 when driving from inside the cab. Things were however stable and smooth with no hiccups. The high preset, which is what I play on, runs around 48 to 52 and 32 frames when driving in first person view. Everything looks great and the game still runs butter smooth. Even in heavy traffic, the deck still did an awesome job at keeping the wheels turning with no real noticeable bumps in the road. When testing the Ultra preset, I was pleasantly surprised. Everything looked great. Frame rates while driving outside the truck at a small range of 30 to 32. At one point I jumped to 40 for a bit. Driving in first person view was fairly steady at 30 frames per second. This setting the game was pretty smooth, very rare stuttering happening. As far as battery life is concerned, depending on your settings, it's about 2 to 3 hours. American Truck Simulator on the Steam Deck is a great pair, and like a nice frosty cold beer and a sloppy greasy truck stop burger great. American Truck Simulator is awesome on the go and is a relaxing time killer, perfect for those long road trips as a passenger, so why not be the driver of a virtual long road trip? So in conclusion, my opinion is American Truck Simulator is fantastic to take on the Steam Deck. It's perfect for anyone who loves driving, customization, and exploration. With the Steam Deck, you can take the game with you wherever you go. So if you're looking for a relaxing and engaging experience on the open road, American Truck Simulator is definitely worth a try. So to answer the burning question, American Truck Simulator is better on the deck. Well, that's it. As always, thanks for watching, and if you made it this far, you're a champ and I love you very much. I hope to see you back for the next one. Until then, enjoy life on the deck and take it easy, eh?
I don't believe what I just saw.
I know, it looks like shit.